First of all, I thought that there was segments of the game where we showed our growth. Um, we shown that at times we can play with a team like Duke, um, but there was a few things that stood out to me. One being in the second half, 16 second chance points. Another being um, time and score. So we're having success attacking them, moving the ball, attacking them, putting them on their heels. And then for some reason we take a shot out of that norm, not a feel for what's going on, the plays before that, and a guy comes off and just takes 3 dribbles and shoots a ball. Time and score is critical, especially with teams that are really their team is better than a top 15 team. It's more like a top 10 team. They're skilled, they're talented, um, they got great players. So in order to beat them, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot. And also in the first half, we go down 38-20, and then we fight our way back. We have to be better, more disciplined than that. Questions?
Yeah, Kenny, Duke started this game it missed only its first 3 shots, or it missed only 3 of its first 10 plus. So just wondering how you guys tightened up.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah, Duke only missed 3 of its first 11 shots to start the game. How did you guys tighten up the defense there to keep this one closer in the second half and ultimately come back and make it closer?
Are you saying that to start the game they made 8 of their first?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, our game plan was to not let the ball in the ball screen, let the 5-man get below us. So we're supposed to always be ahead of him, so we're dropping. So it's 2-on-2, and the guard is supposed to force himself around the screen and square the ball up. There was time when Brandon Hart showed instead of walling and zoning up. And so the big guy got below him. They throw him the ball. We're in rotations, which we should not be in, and they get wide open shots. We made the adjustment. But from that point on, we had dug a hole for ourselves defensively, and it's hard. That team is really talented. So, I think that we just got to keep plugging away, continue to get better at ball screen defense, communicating with each other, knowing our job, doing our job, and fighting through it.
What do you think of Huntley Hatfield? He went toe-to-toe pretty much with Filipowski and
I thought he played well. He had 11 rebounds, great indicator for me. He scored pretty much at will around the basket, made good, strong moves towards the basket, thought he was good. We went to him quite a bit. We found him in different areas. He attacked. He played good. I just needed other players to play a little better.
Kenny, you kind of touched about it in the second half before. Just those flashes where you guys did have some good possessions on offense and just leading to open shots for Duke on defense. How do you tie those things together to just build momentum and keep it on your side?
Well, it's tough because, these teams are really good teams, and we're sort of young, but we're trying. The biggest thing to answer that question is we have to get better at communicating and anticipating what's going on the court. We know what play they're running. They're running it over and over again. We've seen it on film. So you have to talk your way through plays and be alert to what's happening and anticipate and get there. I think the second half, Proctor went down the lane and just laid us up multiple times. We got to be better than that. Have to.
Yeah, Kenny. In playing a lot of these games competitively, down 5 in the second half at Carolina, within 3 tonight, is there a point where it almost feels like getting close is as close as you're going to get? Like, what is it going to take to kind of get over that hump and pull these kind of games out?
Well, you touched on something. One, it shows something that we're able to get the game close. In order to get over the hump, we got to tighten up. We're not We don't have a team that two guys can put us on our back or one guy can get 6 straight rebounds. We have to do it collectively. And in order to do that, everybody has to be on the same page, and we have to continue to fight and fight together. We can't – listen, we're playing really good teams, and they are experienced really good teams. So we have to make sure that we're doing everything in our power to execute our offense and execute defensively and communicate defensively in order to come out with W's.
Yeah, you talked about you're playing really good offense, sharing the ball, doing the things you need to do, and then somebody takes 3 dribbles and shoots the ball. Is that just guys' immaturity or not being experienced or trying to be heroes, or what do you think it is?
Probably a little bit of all of it. You know, we have to understand shot and score. We got to understand time. Critical junctures of the game, we're taking a setup dribble and we shoot a ball. Well, they're a top 20 team for a reason. They're going to defend you, and that's not going to be a good shot for us. We have success when we get the ball in the paint and we draw fouls or we spray it out. We don't have success when we dribble the ball 3 or 4 times and then the guy shoots it. Some of that is inexperience. Some of that is learning. They're young, but we have to be more disciplined in how we play offense, but also in how we play defense. We have to know our job and do our job. You know, there are times when not just me, but the whole staff is saying, move it, move it, move it, and a guy still dribbles, and he's trying to make a hero's play. There are no heroes in this. This has got to be togetherness.
All right. I thought it was a really good game for us. Really good to get that win. For our team, we've played through a pretty good amount of adversity these last 3 games, and you feel game pressure. You feel you have to play with different lineups. Jeremy's injury happens, and for us to really step up collectively and get that win, I'm proud of the team. Really good game. This is what they've done. Louisville, they make games interesting. Especially the last few games they've played. It's been possession game and that final 5 to 10 minute stretch. And I thought we did a good job just weathering the storm. I'll answer any questions, but I just want to talk about 2 guys, and one is Sean Stewart. And Sean, he's at his best week of practice. Not even close. And a lot of times when you come in as a freshman, I think you feel it's they're set up where it's supposed to be just instant success, and you're not supposed to play through adversity or anything else. And he's had a great attitude. He's stuck with it, and I thought it was the best he's practiced because he works on his skill all the time, but also he's been working on his defense, his positioning, and told the team we're going to play the guys that defend and rebound. And today, Sean came in. We had Mark in there, Flip, Jared, and Tyrese. We found a group that defended and rebounded, and that's what broke open the game. So proud of him. And then Tyrese. And, for Tyrese, he's gone through some adversity this season, maybe not playing as well as he would like at times. He had the injury happen as well. And for him to come back and respond from this last game the way he did, 24 points, he had, I thought, just a great look the whole time and gave us poise, confidence, loved the way he shot the ball. Just really proud of those 2 guys. And I lied. I'm going to talk about 2 more real quick. Mark and Flip on the boards were great. Mark to come back and have 20 and 12, Flip 17 and 15. I thought they just had a great presence the whole game. Hey, Pat.
You obviously brought in a very good recruiting class, but you're a veteran team, and your veterans really kind of stepped up tonight to do that. What kind of, I guess, a luxury is that to have those guys that have been through a year or 2 or 3 even to step up in there?
It's, what, Pat, it's really everything. It's when you play in the ACC, the teams we play against, there's a lot of different things that go into it. There's you get teams in different hot streaks, or maybe they aren't playing as well, so that means they're going to play better against you, and going through it, you get a feel for that. And I thought tonight, Flip, Mark, and Tyrese in particular, going through last season, we were in moments like this last year, and the wheels fell off a little bit. And so for them, they were the main ones talking in the huddle. They were the main ones. No surprise, the 3 of them were in the game. And that's who Jeremy's been. And I think that's what we missed with him being out last game. And for that beginning stretch when he was out, he's been that guy just to provide poise and confidence. And really the 3 of those guys stepped up in a big way. I've referenced the Tennessee game from last year a bunch. I've referenced at NC State just the moments to put in their heads. And they've done a great job playing through adversity and fighting through.
What did you see from Louisville in that first 2 minutes and 15 seconds that had you call the timeout in the second half?
Well, really just the fact we couldn't get a stop. And they have really good quickness about them. They have good one-on-one players. And so it wasn't even about defending in action. It was about guarding the ball. And they have good players. And so they put some pressure on us. I didn't think our talk was the way that it should be. And I've seen them enough where how dangerous they can be in those moments. And so just trying to get us more collected, more together on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and there was a stretch between, on the last part of the first half and at the opening stage of the second where you missed 8 shots in a row. Just wondering, was there anything that you saw that was wrong with your offense there, or is it more so stuff that Louisville was throwing at you defensively?
Look, they did a good job. I thought we missed some shots, and that's going to happen at times where, I think we're one of the better shooting teams. But I think for the most part, you're going to go back on film and see there are good shots. I actually thought we passed up some open ones and took tougher ones on the same possession. And that's what I'm trying to get them to understand fully. Like, I thought Jared passed up a bunch of threes tonight. And it's not about we talk about taking the best shots, but the best shot can be after one pass. If you're open, shoot it. And I think that's something we're going to see on film. But for the most part, I thought we shared it really well, got great looks, and just missed some of them.
Hey, John, you guys maybe haven't been an outstanding offensive rebounding team all season, but obviously you had an outstanding game today. Was there anything in particular you saw as being the key to why you're able to get, especially in critical times, get offensive boards?
You know, we talked about it after last game because we just had no presence. When a shot went up, there wasn't even – Pitt didn't even have to block us out. You know, we just didn't go. And, you know, for Flip, he's a really good rebounder. You know, and we ask him to do a lot, but we also need him to rebound. You know, Mark, his presence on the boards. You know, Sean, he can do that really well. Even for our guards, you know, each of them got one, just mixing it up while still getting back. You want to prevent, you know, runouts, of course, in transition, but something we've talked about, and we need to do a better job on it. Still want us to make shots where we don't even have to rebound them, but we need to see that consistently for our group.
Hey, Coach, you kind of touched upon it, too. Early in that second half when Louisville kind of does go on that run, puts it within 5. What are you saying to your team to make sure that that doesn't get out of hand? Because, as you said at the beginning, Louisville has, you know, flashes to be able to make things interesting, but for you to be able to stay the course.
Yeah, it really is. The whole time, the whole game is all about defense. I really wasn't talking much offense. And, you know, I thought we let them live in our paint. Excuse me. Thought we let them live in our paint too easily. Some of it's because they can get downhill and they're good players, of course. But we just had to have more resistance. And some of the details went out the window there in that beginning part of the second half. I thought we did a good job just sticking with it. And the game of basketball, you're not supposed to be perfect. You know, you wish the lead was 18 in the first half. You wish you could have extended it and, you know, where it didn't become as interesting. But for us to go through that, play with game pressure, and also learn that we have to get stops, I think it was a really important game for us, and especially in that second half.
I'm curious about what you think about the job Kenny Payne has done here, and you know what some of the pressures of being a new coach because you were in that same position.
Yeah, I mean, I can have a lot of empathy for taking over a program like this, obviously, and you know, I know. I'll just talk about KP as a person, as a coach. We've coached against each other a long time, recruited against each other, as smart as it gets, as good as it gets, and it's hard. It's hard coaching at Louisville, coaching at Duke. I don't care where you are. Coaching college basketball is hard. And, you know, obviously we're competitors against each other tonight, but I wish them nothing but the best. And we're going to play them again soon. You know, we play a lot of these guys twice. So, but, yeah, I have nothing but respect for KP and who he is and what he's done. Okay, thank you.
Guys, does it ever become kind of frustrating to be competitive, to be in games only to come up short?
Yeah, it definitely does. Just knowing that we got the game in our hands, that we're right there, and then just coming up short. Yeah, it definitely gets frustrating.
KP was talking about, and he was stressing to you all, a time and score, just trying to have a smarter possessions on offense. Just after you go on such a great run like that, to cut it close, what kind of stopped working there for the offense, just in terms of not getting like the looks that you wanted, and that prompted KP to kind of say that he brought that up as an issue.
I really think it started on the defensive end. The biggest theme after the game was offensive rebound and second chance points. I think the first half they had 5 second chance points, and second half they had 16. So that was a game right there. We lost by 14, and they had 16 second chance points. So that was a game right there.
You guys are down 18. You cut it to 3 twice. The crowd was alive. What was going through your minds at that point?
I think those situations, like, we just look at the score and we just tell each other that we need stops. Every stop matters, and also we're telling each other that that they get one shot, and making sure that we understand time and score, and understand that if we get this stop right here and we secure this rebound, then we have a chance to win.
There's a stretch between the end of the first half and at the start of the second where Duke missed 8 straight shots. Just wondering, what about the defense there during that stretch did you feel like was the strongest of the night?
I think we're just fighting, playing with a lot of effort, playing together on defense, being connected, making them shoot tough shots, and like I said, just showing glimpses that we can be a great defensive team if we lock in for 40 minutes, do all the little things like boxing out, and like not allowing them to get second chance points, and we just got to keep harping on that. Like, we got to do it for 40 minutes, can't be in spurts.
KP talked after the game on Saturday, and then I'm heading into this one just about just needing you guys to talk more. Was that something that you thought was that you took a step forward in that direction today, just getting guys to be more talkative on that end?
Yeah, definitely. I think this game was our best game with communication and with rotations. So I feel like we made some really big strides in the area.
Brandon, can you talk about your game, obviously going up against one of the nation's best in Kyle Filipowski, and you dropped a double-double. What was that battle like between you guys tonight?
He's a great player. I knew I had to have this type of game. Hopefully, for us to have these type of games in order for us to win. Like I said, he's a great player and stuff, and I know, I know what's going on. I just wanted to lock in a little bit more for this game, as I do every other game. Take what the defense gives me, be aggressive, and keep attacking, bring a lot of energy on the boards and stuff. And I feel like I showed that. Next time, hopefully, we come up with the W.
You guys played NC State tough, Carolina tough, now Duke tough, but what you're judged on ultimately is winning games. What do you think it'll take to get through that barrier?
It's playing how we do for 40 straight minutes. I think our first half, we be digging ourselves a hole, and that's been kind of a common theme throughout the year. We'll dig ourselves a little hole in the first half, and then we'll make a comeback second half, and then there'll be a little maybe 5 to 8 minute stretch where we're not completely locked in defensively in the second half, and that's where things start to break down. And so yeah, we just put together 2 20-minute halves where we're competing, playing hard on defense, and playing together offensively, and that's how we'll come up with those wins. Thank you.